What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to break down and build a Blue Angel themed starship. I think this kind of maybe resembles like an F-16, maybe an F-15. I'm not really sure, but anyhow, the look we're going for here is like a Blue Angel light fighter. So we'll break this down and we'll build it back up from the bottom to the top in an easy to follow snap to build guide. Okay, before you can start to build this ship, you're gonna need to pick up your specialty parts. So head over to New Homestead and you're gonna grab yourself 4 NG-20 landing gear in this model. From Teo Astroneering, you're gonna pick up the Shipbed 200 landing bay. And from Deimos Star Yard, you're going to grab your 100 DP Slim Docker. Once you have those parts, you can make your way over to your outpost to a landing pad with Shipbuilder, where all the other components are going to be available for you at that builder. And so we're just going to start off by placing a Shipbed 200 landing bay facing the aft, so the opening is facing the rear of the build, not the fore. Connected to that, you're going to use a Stroud control station 2x1. The habs are up to you. You could use any habs you want. Just have a 2x2 right here, and then a 1x1 right here. Ultimately, these are going to be completely covered. You're not going to see them, so anything you want. Anyhow, we're going to walk through. We're going to have a ladder up right here. All right. And then in front of the 1x1, place down Teo forward sensors. Look like that. You could also put like a Teo braking engine right here if you want something that looks different. Or even just like a Teo cowling. Doesn't really matter. Below your 1x1, go ahead and slap on your 100 DP Slim Docker. All right. Grab yourself another Stroud 1x1 companionway and another 2x2. I'm using 2 control stations. Obviously, this gives me my maximum crew count. That's 4 crew and 4 crew, plus I have a couple available in my cockpit. Okay. Now go ahead and place your cockpit right on top of your 2x2. In front of your 2x1, you're gonna place down 3 Nova Cowling 2Ls in the BM variant. So it's the bottom mid. If you're not familiar with how these work, you're gonna see this one in the builder. It's the 2L top 4. And if you flip it, you've got the bottom 4, top 4. If you change the variant, it's the mid. Top mid, bottom mid. And then you also have the bottom aft and the top aft. That's what the BATA, BM, that's what all that stands for. Okay, so you want 3 bottom mids and 1 bottom 4. Place these here. Just put 1 down. You can just duplicate it, duplicate it, duplicate it, and just change the variant on this last one. You're going to want to bring in a Hope Tech Riser B, and you want one right here. So you're going to move this out, drop a Riser B onto that. And then put this into position here, flip it twice, and cancel. That'll lock that into place. Next, you can grab a Deimos Bracer A and connect it to this 1x1 hab, and then duplicate it to the other side. Then select both of those and duplicate them and bring them to the other side. I want you to move your cockpit one spot over. Move your cockpit so that it's in line with this 2x2. And then bring in a Deimos Hold A. Duplicate it. Select the bottom one. Select your cockpit and duplicate them down. Then delete the cockpit and delete that. So now you have your cockpit above the forward sensors, and it's inside of a cowling, and you have a Hope Riser B also inside there. Okay? Now you're gonna bring in 5 more Riser Bs. Place those on top of there. Starting at the back, coming all the way over. Then you're gonna duplicate this and flip it and accept. Duplicate, flip, accept. Duplicate, flip, accept. Duplicate, flip, accept. Then you're gonna just duplicate these and move them over here. Bring it on, flip twice. Cancel. Duplicate. Duplicate. Twice, cancel, bring it on, flip twice, cancel. Okay, that's gonna give us that look there. Okay, next we're gonna put the guts together. We're gonna be merging our shield, our fuel, our grav drive, our reactor, a Nova cowling, and a Deimos hull all into one tiny package. So in order to do this, go ahead and put a Deimos hull on top of your shipbed landing bay, and then duplicate it. Duplicate one on top of your Teo or Nova cowling. Okay. Go ahead and at this point grab your shield and place it right there. And then grab your reactor and connect it above to the Deimos hull. Now we want the reactor to sit on top of the landing bay, but inside this Deimos hull. So we need to duplicate drop down twice. So select your reactor and this bottom Deimos hull and duplicate down. And select the bottom Deimos hull and the bottom reactor and duplicate down. Delete these top 2 reactors and these bottom 2 Deimos holes. And we're going to repeat the grav drive and the fuel. Select the grav drive and the hull, duplicate down. Select the hull and the grav drive and duplicate down. Repeat. Fuel. Duplicate down. Duplicate down. Grab this. Here. Duplicate down once. Delete. Delete. All right. So that's all the guts. All right, next I want to put a Deimos hold down. We're gonna build this little kit here. What I want to do is put a Hope-Tech pipes on top of a Deimos hole, and then put a Nova, or put a Hope-Tech riser B below it. Okay, then we can move this off, and what we want to do is duplicate this riser B up into here. Actually, you don't even need to do that. Just duplicate it. Now, all this should be connected. And this is how we're going to end up making a connection through our engine and to get these pieces to mount on top of the engine. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's see here. For now, I want you to bring a Nova cowling and connect that right here. And then you're gonna duplicate that and flip it. Or sorry, don't flip it. Change the variant to the rear one. But you're not gonna connect this just yet. Just move it off to the side. So right here, you're going to drop down a Deimos spine D in the 4 position, and then duplicate it, flip it to the aft position, put one here, and then copy this one and put one here. In between these two, drop in a Deimos spine B, and at the back, drop in a Deimos spine F. All right, you could grab some Nova wings, connect them onto your grav drive, both sides. And now you could take this whole piece and you're gonna connect it right there. Now you actually don't want this bottom one. So what we're gonna do is select this middle one and this top Deimos hole and duplicate up. And now you see we have one here and here. So we can delete this bottom. So what makes these pieces connect? The pipes are connected to the frame. The pipes are connected to the bottom. The bottom is connected to the top. That's what allows all these parts to be connected while they're floating like that. Okay? And that's kind of important. So now let's move this spine off to the side real quickly. And then let's bring in a Deimos hole right here. And then duplicate that, put one more on top of it. Let's move these to the side for now. Okay, now we're gonna get our engines onto here. Now we're gonna be using 4 of these engines. Okay, so we gotta bring it way up to here. And bring it all the way up to the top. Okay, right here. And then we're gonna duplicate. Duplicate. Okay, here we'll have to do drop down glitch. So select the Deimos hole, drop down, and now we want it to go down one more spot. So duplicate to there. Now, that's one of our engines. So now let's take this one. Now that's two of our engines. And this one. It's three engines. And now we have four engines right here. So we could delete this, this, and this. We have four engines here. I will tell you, before you put all four of these engines here, make sure you paint them blue before you duplicate them. Actually, that won't really matter. You're gonna select everything and paint everything blue together, and then you're just gonna color in the yellow at the end. So no big deal. No big deal there. All right, now you can delete these two Deimos holes, and now you can put your spine F into place here, and then duplicate that, and put one on the back. It's gonna be red, so flip it twice. Actually, flip it once, and then cancel. Whoops, sorry. When you duplicate, you have to put it on the grid first. Then put it here, and now flip it and cancel. And now you see it's got the little curve on the back. Just kind of looks nicer than having it like that. Okay. Then you're gonna grab a Deimos spine A and put it on top of the forward spine F and a Deimos spine E and put it on the rear. And that almost completes the top. You can select all of your spines if you want and put the color 2 to yellow. Grab this Nova cowling that we parked over here. Now you can snap it here, flip it twice, and cancel. Okay. And now, let me move these out of the way. Okay, now we're gonna get into like the fun part. Now it's the wings. All right. So to get these wings built, what we're going to do, you know what, we're gonna be doing some drop downs. So let's get some holes into place. Let's just bring up a hole, you know, about 3 up. You can delete these. Just we want one off to the top to work with in a minute. Actually, I take that back. Grab these 4 parts, move them off, and then grab these 2, move those off, and then you can just put 2 holes here. This will make it a lot easier as we get this thing going. All right, so first thing, okay, first we're gonna put a Nova braking engine just right here, you know, kind of above the docker. Then we're gonna grab a Nova cowling 1LA PT and put it here. You can duplicate that. Right here, flip it twice or 4 times, cancel. And then we want to get one of these right here. So snap that into place, flip it twice, and cancel. Okay, now let's duplicate to the other side. Alright. And now right here, we're going to drop in two more parts. So let's move these 3 pieces off as well. These 2. And these 2. Those holes. And now what we're going to do here is connect the Deimos wing. Our Deimos holes over here. Duplicate this, flip it to the other side. Select both of these wings. Select this bottom Deimos hole. Duplicate them down. The extra hole. Delete these 2. Those 2 wings. Now grab a Stroud Cap A port 4. Connect that right here. Duplicate it and flip it to the other side. Select both of those and the bottom Deimos hole and duplicate them down. Delete your extra Deimos hole. Delete these 2 pieces here. Next, you're going to grab a Nova Cowling 2L and flip it to the PM variant and connect it to this Deimos bracer. Sorry, actually, you don't want to connect it to that bracer. Bring over a Deimos hole A, put it right here, and then duplicate it, and then duplicate it again. Okay? Delete the middle one. And what you're going to do is connect that right here, and then duplicate it and flip it, and accept. Okay? Now grab now grab both of those and this Deimos hole and duplicate. Bring those to the other side. Now you can delete these 3 Deimos holes, right? And we want to drop these 4 pieces down onto that bracer. So select this one, select this one, select this one, select this one. Select the bottom Deimos hole, duplicate down, delete all the extra parts. You could grab now a Deimos bumper, connect that on here, duplicate it and flip it to the other side. And now you can grab a Nova Cowling 2L and put it right here, duplicate it, flip it, and snap it to the other side. And now what we're going to do is just kind of clean up this line right here by dropping in some bumpers. Okay? In order to do this, what you're going to do is bring over 1 Deimos hole over to here, and then move this one right here. So we have 2 Deimos holes in like this. So again, let's do that over here. Duplicate, duplicate, move. Okay, then you're gonna bring a Deimos bumper and connect it. The Deimos bumper you could just connect right to the Nova Cowling and flip it twice, and then cancel. Okay, now duplicate that, place it on the grid, then flip it, snap it, flip it twice, cancel. This one, you cannot. Oh, actually, it does snap. So guess what? You're in luck. You can delete all 4 of these. So just duplicate this. Okay, grab this one, snap it here, flip it twice and cancel. And then grab this one, bring it over here, flip it twice and cancel. That gives us some cleaner looking lines right there. And now that we have these shroud cowlings and the shroud cap, that gives us some connecting space on the bottom here. And so now we could go ahead and connect our landing gear. But before we do that, let's go ahead and delete these 4 Deimos holes. Let's bring in all 4 of our risers. Put those back on here. And let's bring each of these back on, flip them twice and cancel. Once those are in place, you could bring your spines back on top. And once all your spines are on top, you can snap this cowling back in, flip it twice, cancel. Okay, so now we could do the bottom. And so what we're gonna do here is, let me move these. All right, you're gonna bring in a Deimos Skeg A and connect it to the front section here on the bottom, and then grab a Deimos Skeg B and connect it behind that, and then duplicate this Skeg A and flip it over to here. Okay, now grab one of your Nova landing gears. You're going to connect it right here. And then just move this off to the side for a quick second. Duplicate this and put it here. And now duplicate all 4 of these to the other side. And now what we're going to do is duplicate these down just to get them out of the way. Select the Deimos hole. Duplicate down. Okay. Now, while those are down, you can delete the top ones that are green. You can put in your skeg. Put in your skeg and duplicate it. And then we're going to go to the other side and do the same thing. So we'll delete those top 2. We'll copy a skeg. We'll duplicate it, we'll put it there. And now we're gonna drop these landing gear up into the skeg. So select your 4 landing gear and this top Deimos hole and do a up duplication. And now you can delete all the red landing gear. And look at that, a really clean bottom of the plane where the landing gears just kind of blend into the skeg overall. Gives it a really clean look. Look at those lines. Look at that. That looks really good. All right, you could delete a couple extra of these holes. We're not going to need those. All right, now so for the last part here, let's grab a Deimos bracer, duplicate it, snap it to the other side over here. And then you're going to drop in a Shroud Cap B, and we're going to connect this just above here where it snaps to, it's snapping to this wing. Duplicate it, flip it, snap one over here, and then select both of those and this bottom Deimos hole A and duplicate down. Delete the extra Deimos hole, delete these top two pieces here. And then what we want to do is grab a Hope Tech Nose A. This, look, it's cut off on this side. It's the Hope Tech Nose A in the port variant. So these you could flip them. They have different variants. So we're going to use a port, duplicate that, and we're going to use the starboard. Okay? So just take this one and connect it onto your Stroud Cap Bs. So it look like that. Okay? And then we're going to flip snap some Deimos bumpers onto here. So bring in a Deimos bumper, duplicate it, flip it. And then this is going to snap here as red and flip it twice and cancel. Okay? Grab the other one, snap it in place here, flip it twice and cancel. Lastly, we're going to snap in a Deimos bumper here. You can duplicate that, flip it, put one over on this side. Okay? And now what I want to do is I want to put one of these right here, but it won't snap. Okay? I want one over here, but it won't snap. So what we're going to do is bring in a Deimos hole A right here, duplicate it over here, duplicate both of these to the other side, delete the internal ones, connect these, delete these Deimos holes, and now we're going to select both of these and do a drop-down duplication. And now you can delete all these Deimos holes and these Deimos bumpers. And that's almost the complete ship. So we didn't put these parts on because they would interfere with their landing gear. You see how they're red? Well, they would have been red. But anyhow, now you could bring in a Teo side cap and connect it right here. Just duplicate it and put two more on, and then duplicate those, flip them, connect them to the other side, and then just duplicate and bring these back. Okay? That cleans up the lines on the bottom, having those 6 parts there. And then lastly is just your weapon assignments. So for me, I don't like all my weapons showing. I'm going to hide everything, and I'm going to hide them into 2 pretty packages. So that's all my weapons right there. I have inside here on top of one equipment plate is I have 2 PB300 alpha beams. I have 2 Disruptor 3340 alpha beams, and I have 2 CP-59 missiles on top of 1 equipment plate. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that right here. So I'm going to move these 2 parts off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Deimos hole A in there. Okay, we're going to do this on the other side as well. Now what you're going to do is duplicate this and put it over here, and then grab your equipment plate and duplicate it and put it onto the Deimos hole. Now you can move the Deimos holes off to the side somewhere, stack them, duplicate these down. Okay? And then go ahead and bring in your first weapon, whatever you're deciding to use. Duplicate it to the other side, duplicate it to the top, and duplicate it to the top over here. There's our first 4. Now we're going to take these top two and duplicate them down onto the bottom ones. So there we go. Delete this extra Deimos hole. Now we'll grab our next weapon. I'm going to use Disruptor 3340s. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to drop these down. That's 2 in place. And now I'm going to drop them down again. That's 4 in place. Now I'm going to grab my final weapon, and that is the PBO 300 Alpha Beam. And I'm going to put one on each side, select them, duplicate, drop down. And then I'm going to do that one more time to get 4 down there. Duplicate, drop down. Now delete this equipment plate, delete this weapon, equipment plate, and delete all 3 of these Deimos holes. I can grab my Stroud cowling, flip it 4 times, and cancel to put it in place. And grab my Deimos bumper, snap that into place, flip it twice, and cancel. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, cancel. Snap this into place, flip twice, cancel. And there you go. That's your Blue Angel. At this point, go ahead and assign your weapons. Go ahead and rename your ship. I called mine the Blue Angel. And then what you can do is just do a select all color. Give it all a nice blue color. And then apply that blue color to all 3 color slots. And then when you're done with that, you can just select a couple parts and give them a yellow. Give a yellow on the number 3 for these 2 Nova cowlings. Then you could select all 6 of your Deimos bumpers and color both colors to the yellow. And then select your spines. And select all your spines. And then you're going to give those blue for your number 3, blue for your number 1, and the yellow for your number 2. And that's it. It's done. That's your Blue Angel. Now we have maximum crew, maximum jump, maximum mobility, 130 speed. We're at 2190 mass. Now, if you want to substitute your mobility and put some cargo on here, all you need to do is drop cargoes into your grav drives, folks. I show this on my builds. It's not a big deal. Drop down a couple Deimos holes. Then go over to your cargo. Let's just say you wanted to put on, I don't know, some Galleon S204. You would paint them real quick. Put them on top of your grav drive, select that, select this bottom one, duplicate them, and there you go. Now you got cargo inside there. And if you didn't want it there, you could even just drop it down again. Now it's on the bottom. So now you didn't really change the look at all. But you added cargo, and we still have 97 mass. And you have 1,600 cargo. And you could even just duplicate right on top of that one if you even want more. You could put as many as you want, or as little as you want. It really doesn't matter. The only thing is, as you add more and more cargo, you'll just have to add more landing gear. And again, just duplicate these down and then duplicate the duplicates up. And you can put more landing gear into the same spot, no problems. So that's your Blue Angel, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this build guide. I hope it helped you out. I hope it might have maybe inspired you to get creative with some other ships. And if you liked it, please give me a like. Subscribe if you want more. I have a lot more videos coming up this week, so stay tuned for those. Until next time, everybody, peace out.